We are here at the Alphacool booth at CES 2024. Let me go ahead and show you guys around all the cool stuff that they're working on currently. One of the things that's in the works right now for Alphacool is their Apex skeleton case. This has this really nice outer shell, it's this carbon fiber look, and everything just looks incredible. It's going to be really nice for those really open case concepts. It's going to allow for tons of flexibility when it comes to custom water cooling. Of course, when you're talking about Alphacool, there's no other way to do it, so it definitely looks amazing. Another aspect of this case is they have a distribution place for your distribution block right here. This actually looks really clean, and once this is actually fully built, you're going to have your nice fluid here, especially with some kind of show fluid that would look absolutely amazing. If we continue on here, they have a number of different monoblock designs and other coolers. So they're showing off their Apex line. So this is their Apex CPU cooler, and this thing is incredibly well built. So huge plate for pretty much any CPU out there on the market. And if we continue on, they also have their monoblocks. They have a few different things showing off here. I'll show you another one in a bit. But this is their Apex 1 monoblock. This is for the X670. This is an Aorus Elite AX board, but absolutely beautiful piece of machining right here, and it looks amazing. And it looks like this probably has something to go ahead and read out to your motherboard as well. And then if you continue on, they also have some RAM coolers. So if you do want to go ahead and add some cooling to your RAM, they do have a number of different designs that all match with their current lineup that they're working on. And even for your NVMe SSDs, which for those Gen 5 drives with how hot they're getting, you know, it's not a bad thing at all. If you continue along while we're here, another thing that I've seen and I've been wanting to take a look at for quite some time is their Stealth fan. These are completely metal housed fans, and they are incredible. They weigh feels like about twice the the normal heft of most fans out there on the market, but they're saying that I think it was about 35 decibels for a 3,000 RPM fan, which is incredible. We also have right here just a really cool concept build that they worked with Zydax. This thing has all of their latest hardware that they're testing out, including those fans that I just showed off. This cool, I believe this would be it's a double 240, so basically you're like a 480 but square shape. And we can continue on. We'll come over to some of their other stuff in just a second. But they also have what they're kind of working on, and I heard that Mod by Mods is working with them to go ahead and create pre-installed water cooling server cases, which is going to be great for the market because there's not a lot out there, very few, especially at an affordable level. So they have a number of different ones. So we got a 1U case over here. Everything has been designed to be able to fit in a 1U form factor. They got a super small radiator. They got a full-size pump, the full-size water block. You're going to be able to fit all your hardware in there. And if we continue on, we have their 2U, which is going to allow for more flexibility, more cooling capacity. And finally, we have their 4U chassis, which this is going to be for your extreme workstations. You're going to be able to have tons of expandability here. So they got a nice little reservoir up front, which is really cool. And then you can fit a absolutely massive, that looks probably like a 60mm radiator inside, as well as a full-size cooling solution. You can fit full-size GPUs in here as well, which makes things really cool. And if we come back right here, one thing I didn't show is this is their filling station. One of the issues when you're working with servers for water cooling is the last thing you want to have is some kind of air in your system or dealing with bleeding your system. Well, they said that this is a great way to go ahead and handle it. You basically can fill up your system, go ahead and power it on, and that will actually go ahead and make sure you get all the air out of your liquid cooled setup. And they're basically going to make that super easy to integrate into these server workstations. If we come along over here, we have a number of additional coolers here. So they have their ES CPU coolers as well, and they have what I'm really excited for are their new quick disconnects. These are the ES quick release fasteners. Basically, they have a nice collar. They're very similar, they said, in the design of the old ones. However, they're easier to use. So you basically just get them into place, snap it down, and it's incredibly well machined, perfect fit. And it feels incredible. So this is going to be a great solution for those quick disconnects, which you're going to definitely want if you're working with something where you may swap things out in the future. Behind me, we have a couple builds that they are showing off some of the products that they sell. So everything from the radiators to fans, the distribution blocks, as well as their CPU and GPU blocks. And this is an absolutely beautiful build right here. And we have the same thing coming on over to this white build. Same kind of thing, pretty much all their hardware that they have. And I absolutely love this frosted tubing that they're showing off. And that stuff just looks amazing. It pops really well. On this shelf here, we also have all of their GPU water blocks. So they have everything depending on the solution that you need. So depending on the actual GPU you have, they have varying options, and they even have some small form factor options for depending on the GPU that you have. You can go ahead and get your 1U or 1 slot cards available. They also have their Ice Wolf, the Ice Wolf coolers, which are basically their kind of like AIO solutions for like adding in. And this is one they have where basically you can add a GPU block to your additional radiator setup, and it's all hot swappable with basically those quick disconnects that I showed off earlier. They have a number of different things here as well they're showing off. I think they have, this is a really important tool for working on setting up your custom loop. Basically, this is to go ahead and test the air leak. You can go ahead and pump this up, make sure that you are holding pressure, and that'll go ahead and let you know if you're losing any kind of pressure. You definitely want to go ahead and check all those fittings out. We have a number of other things here, but we'll go ahead and continue on. Back here, we have their full lineup of distro plates, and these distro plates are incredible. They all look really well built. They're showing off a new pump that they're working on currently, and all of these distribution plates basically are going to be able to fit some kind of solution out there. So whatever kind of case you have, size for your mounting, there's probably something here that's going to work. They have everything in pretty much every size, and that even comes down to their reservoirs that they're showing off here as well. This is their updated reservoir. Nothing too special here, but I did want to show off their Core XT45 radiator. So this looks like nice, well-built radiator for sure. But what's really cool is they're showing me that basically, if you want, you can have RGB here. But not everybody likes RGB in their system. Well, you can go ahead and take one of these plates that comes included. It's got magnets on the bottom. It snaps right on. Now you got a clean, flat finish. And what I said was, what this is perfect for is if you wanted to add some kind of color flair to your system. This is super easy to paint if you did want to go ahead and customize your system just a little bit further. And then one last thing, there was another cooler I wanted to show over here. So this is another work that they were doing with ASUS. This absolutely beautiful Apex block in red. It just looks amazing. This is one of the better looking monoblocks I have ever seen on a system. And then they just have some other various accessories that they were showing off here, but between that really wraps up all the Alphacool stuff. Let me go ahead and show you some of the other stuff that's in this booth that is non-Alphacool. So pairing up with Alphacool right now, Inno3d is also in this same suite. So I wanted to go ahead and show some of the things that they're working on right now, one of which is a collaboration that they did with Alphacool, which is this absolutely beautiful 1-slot design for a 4090. Which means if you do want to do multi-GPUs, this is definitely the card I would be using because this has an Alphacool block that's going to be amazing for cooling performance. It's got this really cool like carbon fiber finish on the front, and you can see you got the logos here on the back with the rear mounted, which is really nice. So if we continue on, let me go ahead and put this back up. They also are talking about some of their new releases. So they have their Super Series, so the 4070 Super, 4070 Ti Super, as well as the 4080 Super. Those aren't all here right now, but they did want me to go ahead and show some of the cooler designs that they're working, as they will be the same. So one of their more popular designs that they've been talking about is the iChill. So this is going to be more of like a mid-range budget focused style card. It's going to have 3 fans. It does have this kind of like nice reflection material on it. It's not my absolute favorite, but it is kind of cool to see. But one of the cards I do like a lot, they have 2 designs that really caught my eye. First off, this is their X3 OC white card. This is particularly a 4070 Ti. This will eventually just be a 4070 Ti Super. But basically, 3 super slim fans, a pure 2-slot card, which is important, especially if you're trying to fit this into like an older build. And the white on it with these metal accents. So this is supposed to be like an aluminum accent. Looks really well done. They have a couple other ones that kind of featured that aluminum design. And they say that's one of the things they've been focusing on to go ahead and bring forward. This can also be seen on their X3 OC. This is a 4080. This is a 3-slot card, but they have that same kind of nice accent when it comes to the aluminum finish. So there's a couple other things that they have, but those are some of my favorite cards that they have here. With that wraps up our experience with Alphacool and Inno3d here at CES 2024. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.